Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Chanda Ballabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashoda Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So we're reading today for Srimad-bhagavatam, Canto 9, Chapter 24, verse 66. And the chapter is called Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Jato gata pachigrihad brajan edi arto Hatva ripun sutashatani kuto rudara Utpajatesha purusha kratubi samije Atmanam Atmanigamam Patayan Shaneshu Jato Kata Pitrigrihad Vrajam Edikarto Hatva Rupam Satashatani Krito Rudaraha Utpajateshta Purusha Patupi Samije Atmanam Atmanigamam Patayan Janeshu Jato Gata Pitrigrihad Vrajam Edikarto Hatva Ripun Sutashatani Krito Udaraham Utpajatesha Purusha Patubi Samije Atmanam Atmanigamam Patayani Janeshu Yato Gatata Jimina Vrajam Edikarto Sutashatani Krito Udaraham Utpajatesha Purusha Patubi Samije Atmanam Atmanigamam Patayan Janeshu Jato Gata Pitrigrihad Vrajam Edikarto Utpajatesha Purusha Patubi Samije Atmanam Atmanigamam Patayan Janeshu Jato Gata Pitrigrihad Vrajam Edikarto Hatva Rupam Sutashatami Krito Rudaraha Svarupam Sita Shatam Kuto Buddham. Udhajatesha Purusha Patavi Sameji. Atmanam Atmanigamam Pradayam Vajaneshu. Okay. Word for which synonyms? Jataha, after taking birth as the son of Vasudeva. Gataha, went away. Pitri Grihat, from the houses of his father. Vrajam, to Vrindavan. Adita Arta, to exalt the position of Vrindavan. Hatva, killing there. Ripun, many demons. Sutta Shatani, hundreds of sons. Krita Urudharaha, accepting many thousands of wives, the best of women. Utpaja, begot. Teshu, in them. Purushaha, a supreme person who exactly resembles a human being. Kratubi, by many sacrifices. Samije, worshipped. Atmanam, himself, because he is a person worshipped by all sacrifices. Atmanigamam, exactly according to the ritualistic ceremonies of the Vedas. Pratyayan, expanding the Vedic principles. Janeshu, among the people in general. The translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, known as Lila Purushottama, appeared as the son of Vasudeva, but immediately left his father's home and went to Vrindavan to expand his loving relationship with his confidential devotees. In Vrindavan, the Lord killed many demons, and afterwards he returned to Dwarka, where according to Vedic principles he married many wives who were the best of women, begot through them hundreds of sons, and performed sacrifices for his own worship to establish the principles of householder life. Repeat after me. Translate. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, known as Lila Purushottama, appeared as the son of Vasudeva, but immediately left his father's home and went to Vrindavan to expand his loving relationship with his confidential devotees. In Vrindavan, the Lord killed many demons, and afterwards he returned to Dwarka, where, according to Vedic principles, he married many wives who were the best of women. Begot through them hundreds of sons, and performed sacrifices for his own worship to establish the principles of household life. Srila Prabhupada purport. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 15, Vedaishta sarvaraham eva vedya. By all the Vedas, it is Krishna who is to be known. Lord Sri Krishna, setting an example by his own behavior, performed many ritualistic ceremonies described in the Vedas and established the principles of Grihastha life by marrying many wives and begetting many children, just to show people in general how to be happy by living according to Vedic principles. The center of Vedic sacrifice is Krishna, Vedaishta sarvaraham eva vedyaha. To advance in human life, human society must follow the Vedic principles personally demonstrated by Lord Krishna in his householder life. The real purpose of Krishna's appearance, however, was to manifest how one can take part in loving affairs with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Reciprocations of loving affairs in ecstasy are possible only in Vrindavan. Therefore, just after his appearance as the son of Vasudeva, the Lord immediately left for Vrindavan. In Vrindavan, the Lord not only took part in loving affairs with his father and mother, the gopis and the cowherd boys, but also gave liberation to many demons by killing them. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 8, Parikranaya sadhunam vinashaya chadushkritam. The Lord appears in order to protect the devotees and kill the demons. This was fully exhibited by his personal behavior. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord is understood by Arjuna to be Purusham, Shashvatam Divyam, the eternal, transcendental, supreme Lord. Here also we find the words Utpadya Teshu Purusha. Therefore, it is to be concluded that the absolute truth is Purusha, a person. The impersonal feature is but one of many features of his personality. Ultimately, he is a person. He is not impersonal. And not only is he Purusha, not only is he Purusha, a person, but he is also the Lila Purushottama, the best of all persons. So, so Srila Prabhupada starts off the purport that as stated in the Bhagavad Gita, chapter 15, verse 15, Vedaischa sarvara aham eva Veda. By all the Vedas, there's Krishna who's to be known. So, of course, so what is the purpose of the Vedas? Everyone's sleeping. What is the purpose of the Vedas? By all the Vedas, Krishna is to be known. That is the goal of the Vedic scriptures. Unfortunately, there are many people who have tried to, over many years, many hundreds of years actually, have tried to discredit the Vedas, by saying that these are books that were written by just other ordinary people, and therefore should not be given so much consideration. But Krishna says himself that by all the Vedas, the conclusion of all the Vedas is to know Krishna. The conclusion is to know Lord Krishna. And of course, Lord Krishna, he comes to the material world. He doesn't have to come to the material world. Lord Krishna comes to the material world not for his pleasure, really, but to display his pastimes, so that we, well, actually for many reasons. One reason he comes to the material world. One reason he comes to the material world is to destroy those who are destroying the religious principles. And of course, then the other side of that is to reestablish the religious principles that have been broken. But he doesn't have to actually come here to do that. He could just simply send some representative to give that information. But Lord Krishna, by his wonderful pastimes, Lord Krishna, by his wonderful pastimes of especially his Vrindavan pastimes, then he shows us that there is a very, we can have a wonderful relationship with him, a perfect relationship, just like or Kapila Dev says in the third canto of Srimad-bhagavatam, or Kapila Dev makes a statement that if someone worships me, Krishna, if someone worships me, then he will go to the spiritual world, and in the spiritual world you can have you don't lose your son or your lover or your these relationships. In the material world, you can have a person a person they're very attached to, a loving relationship, a son, a daughter. You can have this, but that person in time, by time, will be ripped away by the material nature. But Lord Krishna shows how if we become fully surrendered to Him, then we go to the spiritual world. And in the spiritual world, there is no birth, death, disease, or old age. And our relationship with Krishna is always there. We do not lose that. Krishna can appear as one's son, or lover, or friend, and so on. And in this position, in these capacities, you don't lose Krishna. Krishna doesn't die. Krishna doesn't give up his loving relationship with a person. So it's perfect, and especially in the spiritual world, it is especially perfect. Because in the material world, sometimes when Krishna appears, there's sometimes different demons come and cause problem. And of course, Krishna kills those demons. In the spiritual world, there are no demons; they do not exist. There's no bad qualities there. There's no one of demoniac nature. So. So it was Lord Krishna's, Srila Prabhupada is explaining here that it's Lord Krishna's special desire, special function when he comes to the material world to display his very wonderful, loving pastimes with his friends, the gopis, with the cowherd boys, with the elder people in Vrindavan. And what's very special about these relationships, what's very special about that is that, and it's very special in Vrindavan, which is not found anywhere else, is that the relationship between God and his devotees, his servants, is very intimate. If you go to the Vaikuntha planets with Lord Narayan clearly is God, and everyone's relationship with him there is just simply humble servant, which of course is very nice also. But especially in Vrindavan, nobody actually knows that Krishna is God. This is very special about Vrindavan. Only Vrindavan you can have that kind of relationship with Lord Krishna. And Srila Prabhupada says how Krishna's body, the body of Krishna, is spiritual. It's not like our bodies. Just like in the Sri Upanishad, there's a verse that describes how the body of the Lord is very transcendental. It says it has many verses actually. One of the verses says how Krishna, he says, the Lord, Supreme Lord, can walk, but he cannot walk. He's very near, but he's very far away. He's inside and he's outside, like that. He's described like that. So someone reads that, they'll just think this is some writing of some crazy person. How can you be inside and outside and near and far and all that at the same time? How can you? But actually you can. No, we can't, but Krishna can. Because Krishna is far away, He's in Goloka Vrindavan, which is the topmost planet in the spiritual world, which is far beyond the material realm. So he's far away. But he's also here in the super soul in the heart. He's here, he's with us. So he's very far away, but he's very near as well. Says he can walk and he cannot walk. You know, you have to be able to walk. You have to at least be a person. So that's the point here. You can walk. You can Krishna as the in his personal form. He can walk. He can do anything. He can function just like do anything that we can do, plus so much more. That he can walk in that. He can walk and be present in his personal form, and yet he can also not walk, meaning that he has the impersonal aspect of him. Some people, most people who aspire in Vedic times, who were aspiring for any liberation at all, they were aspiring to as they would say, become one with the Supreme, merge in the Brahma Jyoti, where there's no material body, there's no material desires, there's nothing material, and there is a sense of happiness because you're relieved from all the material problems that we have in this world. But that Brahma Jyoti is nothing but the glowing effulgence from Krishna's body, but those who are actually more fortunate will worship Krishna in his original form, where Krishna says, Manushanam sahasreshu kashchit yatati siddhaye, that out of many thousands among men, hardly one endeavors for perfection. Perfection means that to do something which is transcendental, to do something perfect in the material world this is actually not perfection. To aspire for perfection means you want to do something and become transcendental to this material world. This is Lord Krishna says, out of many thousands among men, many thousands, even millions of men, out of so many, hardly one endeavors for doing something which is transcendental to this material body. And out of those few, relatively few, who attempt to do that, hardly one comes to the conclusion that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead and wants to fully surrender to him. I can't see anyone. There's suns in my eyes now. But somehow or other, out of those thousands and thousands among people, men and women in the material world, who have endeavored for some perfection, and of those few who have gotten some perfection, and there's few that can actually understand and accept that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Very few, but we can see that there those who have taken up the path of Krishna consciousness. Yes, thank you. Those who have taken up the path of Krishna consciousness are very fortunate like that. Even in Vedic times, when people were more, in Vedic times, when people were much more, uh, more pure than now, even then, it was very difficult to become fully Krishna conscious. It still was very difficult then too, because even in the yoga system, the Ashtanga yoga system, you could work very, very hard to become, to aspire to become, to perfect that yoga system. You could work very hard at that for actually thousands and tens of thousands of years, but you might get deviated and simply take up the path of mystic yoga, develop mystic cities, and you're completely off the path of self-realization. So even then, it was very difficult. So, but by Srila Prabhupada's blessings, by Lord Chaitanya's blessings, we people in this world have gotten and have this opportunity to take up the path of Krishna consciousness. And those who have actually taken up the path and have seriously gotten initiated, committed, keeping their initiation promises intact, chanting our rounds, following the principles. Those who have taken this up very seriously, we have been blessed with the opportunity to become fully Krishna conscious in this. And then we can become fully Krishna conscious in this lifetime if we just accept this process and don't give it up. So, and this is actually why Lord Krishna has come. Lord Krishna doesn't take away our free will. He doesn't take away our free will. He takes away. He doesn't. He tells us that we should come back. We should surrender to Him. He says that in Bhagavad Gita. Give up all varieties of religion and just surrender that to me, and I will protect you from all sinful reactions. He promises like that, but He doesn't force us. He doesn't force us to take any path. But in any case, but He has given us the full opportunity that as soon as we are ready, then the method for self-realization is there, and our purpose in life should be to take this very seriously and become Krishna conscious, and to help others also to become Krishna conscious. In fact, helping others become Krishna conscious is a very big factor in our own becoming Krishna consciousness. It's just like this is a Sankirtan movement. So Srila Prabhupada says how your love for me will be tested by how well you cooperate with one another in carrying on this mission, the Sankirtan mission. The Prabhupada says like that. So we can understand that by that working together cooperatively, which is sometimes not easy, but that working together cooperatively is what's actually necessary for us to become fully Krishna conscious. Anyway, these are a couple of points in this verse. Tomorrow will be the last verse of the 9th canto. Any questions, comments? No. Speak up. I'm hard to hear you. Speak loud. Yes.
In the translation, it says here that the Lord killed many demons.
Yes.
And I was just listening to another conference where we were talking, it was talked about in the Bhagavad Gita, it was, it delineates the differences between demons and devotees. In other words, these are demons, these are the ones that they have, and these are the devotees, and these are the ones that they have.
Yes.
So, and of course, these verses in the Bhagavad Gita, and this, is more or less happened 5,000 years ago. So it seems like, and this is more or less like a philosophical, trying to get the philosophical thinking. It seems like the polarity between demons and devotees was a lot more huge back then.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's more or less like the question that is.
Yes. Yes. And you go back into Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga, the demons and devotees were actually completely on different planets. Demigods were on their planets, and there are lower planets in the universe where the demoniac personalities lived. Basically, it was a very big separation. In the Treta Yuga, then they were on the same planets, but maybe different continents, just like um, Ravana. Ravana was in his kingdom, and Lord Ramachandra was in another place. And there's a difference, but the conflicts were there. And in the Dwapara Yuga, sometimes even in the same family, someone they may appear like that. And in the Kali Yuga, a person is every person has some demoniac tendency to some degree, and some divine tendency. This is the material tendencies are like that. The divine and demoniac natures. So Kali Yuga is like that. So yes, it was before it was like that. Gradually, it comes closer. It becomes devotees and demons become together. So that's the Lord Chaitanya. He when Jagai and Madai specifically, attacked Lord Nityananda through a pot and cut his head. So when he did that, Lord Chaitanya came, and he almost forgot who he was, why he came. So, okay, Sudarshan Chakra, come and kill these rascals. So Lord Nityananda said, no. If you kill them, you're going to have to kill everyone in this age. You have to kill everyone, because everyone has this tendency. So Lord Chaitanya, he didn't come with weapons, but with normally showing the Sudarshan Chakra was this very special thing, because he didn't use it. He didn't come with arrows and spears and Kshatriya. His weapon was actually his beauty. Everyone was so attracted to Lord Chaitanya just to see him. Extraordinary beauty, and he didn't kill the bodies of those of demoniac nature, because there'd be no one left in Kali Yuga. So what he did was he gave the process by which to kill the demoniac mentality. And that's the process that we follow. Even we become, just like even when we get initiated, Srila Prabhupada says at the time of the first initiation, all of our karma, good karma, bad karma, whatever we have, is cut. It's finished. by that time of the first initiation. But then we may think, okay, if I'm I'm, I'm free from all my karma, then I should be really happy because there's no karma, there's no suffering, everything is perfect for me. You may think like that, but of course, obviously, that doesn't quite happen that way. We do get a lot of benefit, but we still suffer. We still get our conflicts, our anxieties, our physical problems, mental problems, things like this. So why? Why is the devotee, after this karma has been taken away, and it's taken up the path of Krishna consciousness, why do we get that? And the answer is that although our past reactions are taken away, Krishna very easily can take all that away, but he doesn't take away. He doesn't directly take away our material mentality that we were, that we developed, and it got us entangled in the material world in the first place. He doesn't directly. He doesn't just okay, that's finished. So we have to experience so many things within the material world while we're chanting Hare Krishna, and why? So to help us to become free from the demoniac mentality that got us entangled in the material world in the first place. So the actual karma that was holding us down, that would make us take birth after birth, millions, how many billions of births would we have coming in the future? That's gone, but the materialistic demoniac mentality, or what's left of it, needs to be purified, but it's not karma exactly. Lord Krishna is very kind to us, and he gives each devotee certain situations, sometimes nice situations, sometimes difficult situations, but he gives personally gives each one what they need, what we need, so that we can become ultimately fully Krishna conscious and become free from the last remnants of that demoniac mentality. And of course, there's no demonic mentality, then everything's pure goodness. Not just goodness, but pure goodness. Pure material goodness is good in one sense, but it's also not good because just like someone might be maybe they're a musician, or they like things that are kind of in the mode of goodness, like that, or they become a philosopher, whatever, and they get very attached to that position, to that knowledge, the feeling, so they don't want to become Krishna conscious. I don't need that. I feel so happy the way I am. So what happens? You take another birth, and another birth, and another birth, sometimes many births, to experience this material happiness. If they're a little pious, maybe they're born with some money, some good facility, and a sense of happiness like that.
No, I understand that you understand that there's a more demonic mentality that can be purified, whereas in that kind of stuff, the demons were really super demons. Anyways, so in this case, the demonic mentality we should have talked about many times in his purpose and in his walks, he would talk about demons. So one can think, well, we may be talking about the people in Kali Yuga that have not surrendered to Krishna
Yeah.
that his disciples did.
Yes, but demon also that doesn't. So basically, demon means atheist, because it's not that just you're a good Christian, you're a good some other religion that you're a demon because you're not a Hare Krishna devotee. That's not what happens. They're also devotees, but they're devotees on a certain level. But those who deny the existence of God, uh, then that is a demonic mentality. Yeah, if someone, I mean, if someone might be a very religious person, but they may be following, not following this particular path. It doesn't mean that they're it doesn't mean they're demon or they're not devotee. They happen to be a devotee, but they're following the particular path. So if someone actually really follows what the teachings that Jesus gave, then that's very good. It's a certain level. So we all everyone follows whatever level of whatever path that we come. I mean, I also grew up, like most of us grew up as Christian or Jews or something generally in this country. So I had my Christian background. I didn't know anything about Krishna per se, but if I had been raised as a staunch atheist, you know, if I was taught from childhood, there is no God, don't even mention the name of God. If I was taught like that, and and I heard about Krishna consciousness, I don't know. I think I would have a hard time because I would be ingrained in me that I was taught all my life that this is that there is no God, and all the logical reasons they may come up with why there is no God. I may, I mean, I would be taught that, and here I've been hearing, oh, actually there is a God. No, I can't. Yeah. So the point is that if someone may be following some other religion, and they're trying their best, and they have faith, and they feel something. They feel that they have that faith, and that's good. So we don't go to someone and try to convince them, oh, you're a Christian. That's Maya. You got to become. Yeah, don't say we always say you add whatever you're doing in your life, whatever religion you're following, you just add a little something to it. You can, and of course we share what we have, because in other paths there's really no personal. In Christianity, you don't know anything about God. You may get a conception that he's an old man and big white beard, and he's got wrinkled skin and like that. Oh, this is God. And what do you do? And what do you do if you go to heaven? I always thought like that. I was just saying the other day. Oh, maybe you're an angel and you're sitting up on top of the cloud somewhere and playing a harp and praise the Lord, praise the Lord. I mean, some may do that, but there's a lot more to it than that. So we have that. We have that opportunity. We have that knowledge, and many people will become attracted if they, when they're ready, when they have the pious activities that allow them to go to the next level. But in any case, as far as there's a demoniac mentality, demon really means atheist. So I would criticize very heavily the scientists. And it's not that there's no, but we have science within Srimad-bhagavatam. So much about the structure of the universe and many things. So it's not that science is bad, But the idea of the science, the atheistic idea that atheistic science, where the conclusion is that, okay, there is no God, or we can prove that there's no God, that is the problem. That's the problem with the show science. That's what Srila Prabhupada would preach against.
So it seems like it was more of an atheism or Scottish atheism people trying to prove that there is a God more or less than the
Yeah.
And then there's also the, and he also, when he should consider Mayavadis, not impersonal.
Yeah, Mayavadis.
Not impersonal. We're talking about Brahmavadis. We're not talking about, we're talking about Mayavadis, which we're talking about.
Yes, and if we study, if we try to understand what the truth is by studying the Mayavad philosophy, it will destroy us. Of course, if you actually are firmly fixed in the Vedic knowledge, you might study the Mayavad philosophy to understand their arguments, so you can preach against it. But you got to be fixed in Krishna consciousness. If you're looking for the truth, trying to figure out the truth, and you try to get it from Mayavad philosophy, then your spiritual life is destroyed. And so we avoid that. But we saw that Srila Bhakti Siddhanta actually went and studied Mayavad philosophy under someone. To learn and get all the arguments. And so Madhvacharya and other great acharyas, they also study in that way to get this, so that they can create the arguments against it. So they knew the conclusion, and they simply worked against it. Anyway, I think the class is going way over today. So we'll have to stop for today. Tomorrow will be the last verse of the 9th canto of Srimad-bhagavatam. And then we go into Krishna's pastimes, the 10th canto. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ki jai.